So just to show you what a finished product looks like, and then I'll show you how you can create your own. So here I tell students we're going to start on this lesson. Go ahead and turn to page 9. And then, alright, so here I go over what is mean and why is it important. So as you can see, I'm clicking through and these words are appearing. I'm not stuck to the board. While students are writing, I can kind of walk around and make sure that everyone's on task. If there's anyone who kind of is a little lost, I can kind of walk around and make sure that they're on task. So when comparing how well one group does to another, we look at mean, median, and I kind of put a couple of examples. These are also great to kind of start with a discussion of why would we want to compare how well a team does to another, or views on a video versus another, or how well one class did to another. And then I use it to kind of guide students through, because all of this they know they need to fill in, but they're like, what do I do first? So what I have students do is I kind of use highlighting to kind of focus where it is that we're kind of looking at on their packet. So I'll say, okay, we're going to be focusing on this. Go ahead and add those together. We're going to be finding the average for this particular person's score, Caleb. And I give them some wait time. They work that out. And then I ask them, let's go ahead and divide that out. And then kind of show them the answer there. I do the same thing. It kind of helps students know, okay, what am I asking them to do in that moment? And then, of course, giving them the wait time to do the work. And then I also use the highlight to kind of guide them through, okay, what question are we asking next? I also provide some information, so when the math packets do kind of include some vocabulary, I kind of put maybe like a little definition there on the side that students can write on. When I do also upload these videos on YouTube a little bit later, they're also helpful to kind of show students where I'm at in the packet. So that's just a brief how do I use it. I'm not going to go through the whole PowerPoint for this particular lesson, especially if you don't teach math. You're probably like, I don't want to watch this. All right, so but it also provides me the ability to kind of put some steps. So how do I find mean? Well, let's add up all the numbers. So go ahead and do that. And then divide by however many numbers there are. So it kind of provides them step by step of what exactly am I doing from step to step. Again, I don't have to be in the front of the classroom. I can walk around. I can help students. I can answer any questions they have as they're kind of calculating out their answer, or just might be confused or off task. But I'm able to kind of use this PowerPoint to demonstrate the problems we're going through without having to be at the front writing it on the board. So now you're wondering, well, how did you do all that? How did you create all that? So I'm going to use maybe the PowerPoint I'm going to be using or I am using right now at the symposium. So say I want to do a couple of transitions for this particular slide. A lot of people are used to the animation, so they know they can click on something and add an animation, like let's say random bars. And they can preview what that'll look like. I can also go and open up animation bar, and you can see, okay, for my content, that's kind of the order it's going to go in. I can do that with words, as you can see here, so that way you can kind of click through. Now, as far as the math ones, which are a little bit more involved, I'll kind of show you one of the ones I was working on just recently. So as you can see, this particular slideshow for 11.3, solving by eliminating, solving by elimination by adding or subtracting. As you can see, the animations are way more involved. I actually have some movement and exit animations just to kind of show you you can do a lot with this. It's not just about exiting and entering, but also kind of guiding students' attention. For example, again, I know I teach math, so I'm sorry about all the math examples, but it's what I teach. I'll kind of start off the lesson saying, okay, let's look at the system of linear equations. So here we have 2x and 3x. Sliding on over, they want us to focus on the y terms. I want to go over what the word eliminate means. So eliminate means when a variable kind of cancels out to be 0. So for example, 2x take away 2x. So what's something that you guys notice about the numbers next to y? And hopefully they'll say something like one's positive, one's negative, the numbers are the same but they're different sign, or they cancel out, or they combine to be 0, something like that. And I'll say, great, okay, let's do that. So now I'm having them focus using this highlighting tool. We're going to combine those together. So 2x plus 3x is how many x's? And so I provide like that little space, giving them that wait time so that they can combine those like terms. I say, okay, well, what happens to these terms? Well, they cancel out, they become 0. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I put the 0 there for them and then say, okay, what's this going to be? Negative 10 plus 5. Take a moment and work that out. Again, all those blank spaces provide them the time to kind of answer the question. So there's that. And then, of course, I provide a little bit of steps on how exactly we're going to solve this out. So this is a great tool you can use. It's not just about text. It's also you can use braces. I mean, it does it all. So, so I know that was a lot, but if you're wondering, well, how do I even add animation? You would click on whatever it is you're trying to animate. You would click on animations as a tab. Click on add animations, and you can add something so that it enters. You can do something for emphasis. So I could do like that. Though I wouldn't do that for like the math if you're going to teach math, just because that could get really, confusing very quickly. And then I can also have things exit. So if something I don't want to have emphasized anymore, I can add more effects and just have something exit. I'm not going to keep that there because this is actually the PowerPoint I'm going to use, but you can use that as one of your tools. And feel free. I mean, one of the next things we're going to go over actually after doing PowerPoint is Desmos. So stay tuned.